Join us as we dive deep into a day in the life of a Navy SEAL in 2024. From intense training sessions to high-stakes missions, get an inside look at what it takes to be part of one of the most elite military forces in the world. Discover the challenges, the camaraderie, and the dedication required to thrive in this demanding and prestigious career. Watch now to uncover the secrets of the life of a Navy SEAL. Since ancient times, special operations forces have been entrusted with missions too risky or delicate for regular troops to accomplish. Today, special forces missions require even more intelligence, technology, and training. Some of these tasks are so risky and important for national security that members are prohibited from using their ranks or insignia. In many cases, if captured, they will not be rescued by their government and will not reveal any information that compromises the mission or causes international repercussions. This is why, in many cases, information about operations and missions carried out by special forces is not known. Of the many special military forces in the world, the Navy SEALs stand out. In recent years, they have opened more information to the civilian world. So much more is known about how they operate, train, and live. Currently, there are only 2,290 active Navy SEALs worldwide. Unlike many other forces, the Navy SEALs have a specialization that few can match, as they are trained to operate from the sea, air, or land. Hence their acronym, SEAL, Sea, Air, and Land. These soldiers are well trained to carry out direct action missions, reconnaissance and hostage rescue, unconventional warfare, tactical support, and more, all over the world, regardless of hostility or danger. The first step to joining this elite group of soldiers is to apply for the SEAL selection course, known as BUD-S. To enter, the candidate must be an active duty male in the U.S. Navy or Coast Guard, be a U.S. citizen, be under 28 years old, and have no vision problems. No one receives an invitation to join the SEALs. The decision must be completely voluntary. SEAL training and selection push members to their physical and psychological limits. Selection is encompassed in the first phase of a 6-month course, and the dropout rate for candidates is close to 85%, even among those who already belong to the armed forces. The first phase of the course consists of an 8-week basic conditioning, based on physical condition, water skills, teamwork, and endurance. Each day, the candidates participate in open ocean swims, multiple calisthenics exercises, and learn to operate a raft in the sea. All activities are timed by their instructors and must improve continuously to avoid being dropped for lack of capabilities. You might think that instructors encourage the candidates, but it is quite the opposite. They constantly try to make them quit. There are no kind or motivational words here. Only the strongest will stay. The way to quit is to remove your helmet, go to a golden bell, and ring it 3 times. Confirming thus that you have given up, the weakest usually drop out in this first stage. The third week of this phase is known as Hell Week, and it aims to push all candidates to the maximum. During Hell Week, each candidate sleeps a maximum of 4 hours throughout the week, runs more than 320 kilometers, and does physical training for more than 20 hours a day. The second phase focuses almost entirely on diving. For 8 weeks, candidates train, develop, and qualify as basic, competent combat swimmers. During this period, physical training continues and becomes even more intense. This phase focuses on diving physics, underwater skills, and combat diving. Candidates will learn 2 types of diving: closed circuit and open circuit, with an emphasis on long-distance underwater dives, training students to become combat divers, using swimming and diving techniques as a means of transport from a launch point to their combat objective. Successful candidates of the second phase demonstrate a high level of comfort in the water and the ability to perform in stressful, often very uncomfortable and dangerous environments. The third phase, known as Land Warfare Phase, lasts 9 weeks and teaches candidates about basic weapons, demolitions, land navigation, patrolling, repelling, marksmanship, infantry tactics, and small unit tactics. Additionally, they are taught to gather and process information that will complete the overall mission. In the classroom, they learn about maps, compasses, and land navigation, skills that allow candidates to perform better in the field. During the last 5 weeks of Phase 3, candidates move to San Clemente Island, about 60 miles from Coronado. On the island, previously learned skills are practiced. Many candidates see this as one of the most difficult parts of the training, as it takes place 7 days a week with minimal sleep and involves handling real explosives and ammunition. Interaction with instructors is constant, and punishments are at their harshest. To complete the training, candidates undergo a 3-week parachuting course where they receive static line and tactical air operations training in San Diego, California. This highly regimented program is facilitated by world-class instructors and designed to develop safe and competent parachutists in a short period. If a candidate successfully completes the 3 phases of the selection course, also known as BUD-S, they become a SEAL candidate, but this does not mean they are a SEAL or that everything is over. The candidate has not yet been assigned to a team. They must enter another program known as SEAL Qualification Training, or SQT, a 26-week course that takes the student from the basic level of naval special warfare to a more advanced level of tactical training. The SQT course is designed to provide candidates with the necessary knowledge to join a SEAL platoon. They will learn advanced skills in weapons training, hand-to-hand combat, small unit tactics, land navigation, demolitions, cold weather training, conducted in Kodiak, Alaska, medical skills, and maritime operations. Before graduating, students also attend survival, evasion, resistance, and escape training, known as SARA, where they basically learn to survive and answer questions in the face of imminent enemy capture. The SQT graduation culminates with the awarding of the coveted SEAL Trident, their naval listing code, and immediate assignment to a SEAL team. Officially, they are no longer candidates but members of one of the most feared special operations forces on the planet. This is where the advanced training truly begins, which they will use for their first deployment in real combat. The first phase once becoming a SEAL is to find a specialty and begin training in it. Individual specialty training lasts 6 months, and operators attend schools and courses. There are approximately 18 specialties, but these are the most relevant: SEAL Sniper Course, Advanced Close Quarters Combat, Assaulting Confined Spaces like Buildings, Special Operations Combat Medic Course, and Naval Special Warfare Combat Course. Surveillance Operations, Advanced Air Operations, Advanced Demolition, Protection of High-Ranking Officials against High-Danger Threats, including U.S. government heads of state, foreign dignitaries, or high-value individuals, Specialist in Instruction and Training, and Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Operator. Although today we might talk about some of the SEALs' amazing missions, most of what they do is off the radar. Nonetheless, the few missions that make the news show us how difficult and important the SEALs' work is. The missions and training require detailed planning and precise execution. SEALs are trained to carry out missions divided into 4 main categories. 1. Unconventional warfare, also known as guerrilla warfare, characterized by small, mobile combat groups operating using often unorthodox combat methods, such as destroying enemy supplies, ambushing small enemy units, demolitions, and other types of hit-and-run operations. 2. Foreign internal defense, training foreigners to build relationships. During Operation Desert Storm, Navy SEALs trained 13 Kuwaiti operators in maritime infiltration techniques to establish a secret meeting with local resistance contacts in the Iraqi-occupied city of Kuwait. 3. Direct action, moving against an enemy target. This can include ground or water attacks, hostage rescue, ambushes, etc. 4. Special reconnaissance, preliminary studies to gather information, staffing observation posts, and other types of open or covert surveillance. This can include collecting hydrographic data for landings or tracking an enemy unit and reporting its position. After 20 years of service, SEAL members can request retirement. By this time, they have gone through some of the most difficult and challenging experiences. However, they have also developed an unyielding character and gained much more intelligence and knowledge. It is well known that retired Navy SEALs operate in the big leagues and commonly create contacts to take on important positions in the U.S. Armed Forces or start security or protection-related projects or businesses. Some retired Navy SEALs who have achieved great success include Christopher Cassidy, who became an astronaut; Bob Carey, former governor of Nebraska; Eric Prince, founder of the private military company Blackwater; Jesse Ventura, professional wrestler and television and film personality; Eric Greitens, former governor of Missouri; Harry Humphreys, after more than 200 missions, became a consultant for Hollywood, providing service in films such as Black Hawk Down, Armageddon, and Pearl Harbor, and William Shepard, commander of Expedition 1 of the International Space Station. In conclusion, the life of a SEAL member focuses on creating an elite soldier from a very young age. A soldier who will train for years to execute highly dangerous missions worldwide with maximum precision. Missions that will test their physical and psychological abilities, where even a small mistake can be fatal. There are no second chances here, and SEAL members know it. That's all for now. Subscribe and hit that powerful notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, where there is new content every day. Without further ado, have an excellent day.